This isn't my summer video yet. I'm gonna do that later on once I have some topsoil put down and I still have to mulch. So I'm gonna do just a July video here. One maybe for the day and one for night because I have a lot of night bloomers. So right here I'm propagating some night blooming jasmine. And this is my plumeria. This is Cloud9 plumeria right here. I'm not sure if it's gonna bloom. I hope it will. My tube roses, I have a loropetalum and a funshine abele here I'm about to pot. You know, it's funny, these are my, the pearl. As you can see, they're already producing stalks. It seems like it's gonna flower so much better than I got it last year. Last year, the flowering really sucked on these. And I think because I divided them, the corms, it really helped them out. They've just been thriving in this container here. This is the garden. By the way, if anyone knows how to, or can give me an answer to the fact that, okay, so I have 5 Sunshine Daydream Abelia that were planted mid-May over here. They're establishing. I don't know that they're fully established. Anyway, my point is, I don't know if you can tell, but a lot of the flowers on here, and this isn't due to like just aging, they'll like wilt the same day that they bloom because of the sun. It's just direct sun all day long here in a south-facing garden in zone 8A. And right now it's in the shade, in the morning shade. It doesn't start really getting sun till 10 o'clock. And I'm just hoping that it starts to change once they establish. This one right here, like, you can tell a lot more readily just how like scorched the heads, the tips of these stems. They used to be like really budded out like this one here. You can see how it's like budded, but like then other ones, you can see how it's just kind of like right when the sepals form, those sepals had buds, like, and they're just kind of scorched, and it's like that all over. This one was covered in buds. It was gonna bloom, and it still is. It'll produce more buds and bloom. Like, they'll be covered in flowers all summer. This one's done the best because it's closest to the shade, but like that variegation just hasn't been like hit the hardest with trying to establish in so much direct sun. But anyway, yeah, if you know the answer to that question, if this will change with time or next summer, I'm assuming here in the fall, it'll definitely, the flowers will last longer. Or, you know, also you can just tell like the wilting or the foliage just kind of like is being put through it even during the day. But it's harder to tell because it doesn't like droop so overtly. So figuring out a watering schedule hasn't been easy. This is my Clear Creek azalea that I just got. I am absolutely in love with it. It's gonna go right here, and where this azalea is, I want to tree form it and have that like right here at the end. I still have to take down a lot of this growth over here, but it'll still have part of this canopy here to give them shade. It's just a really, 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 really great place to grow something like a native azalea for the part shade that they need. It gets shade up till about noon, I think. And even then, like, it's kind of like semi-shaded. But it does get a good deal of sun. It gets a good, like, at least 4 to 6, if not longer, hours of sunlight. These are both native azaleas. And even when I cut down, because it used to be a lot more heavy, the growth over here, they're still doing great. But they're just standard white local azaleas that have always been growing here. I don't think I'm getting rid of this one. It looks too beautiful to get rid of, but I am taking that one out, and I'm gonna put the Clear Creek there. The Clear Creek azalea is like a yellow azalea with like a pink throat, and it's supposed to be very fragrant. And really, these do really well also if you plant them in spots with stumps where there had been stumps that you pulled out. My dad is actually gonna have to help me pull both of them out though with the F-150 because I need a winch. Real quick, right here, my wisteria still doing great. This is about to be brought out pretty extensively into a much larger circle because I'm gonna have my tall bearded iris around it. I think I'm gonna have 10 different or 12, I think, different tall bearded iris. I think 10 of them are reblooming, but 2 aren't. But yeah, 10 or 12 tall reblooming bearded iris that are also, they're all different types, and they're also all fragrant. Right now, I don't have a lot to say for this, my mailbox. I'm gonna bring out this circle a little bit too, because these are gonna be edged and mulched like around that tree. By the way, ignore all that growth because I have to take that to the landfill. But this is gonna be brought out, edged and mulched like around the wisteria tree. And I'm going to have a very specific design. It's just gonna have 3 shrubs really around it, like you see there, those 3, but I'm just setting this abelia here for now. This is a radiance abelia, and I believe it will go here where that gardenia is. And I'm very excited about it because I love abelia. My 16 candle summer sweet is blooming, starting to bloom. This is a small one though. It'll get a lot bigger obviously, but you know, they're not the fastest growing things. They're very pretty looking flowers and they smell incredible. In my garden, there's always butterflies and bumblebees and hummingbird moths and hummingbirds and honeybees also. Since it's a fragrance garden, I have a lot of those pollinators. But I also have like a trinity of ponds, so I also have to deal with a lot of frogs at night. These are my chocolate cosmos. I'm having a lot of issues with the peonies growing in between those chocolate cosmos. Several of them are getting peony blight, and I'm having to put sulfur on the first one. If there's any information you can give me on to keep that from dying back even worse, please let me know. As you can see, it does not look good.
Look what you've done to my peonies!
And I'm desperate to have peonies next growing season. Anyway, yeah, the cosmos, they're only just now starting to come out. This one doesn't look good. Not growing the best. I still have to weed my garden too before I put down any mulch. As you can see, I put a lot of stuff off. I've been really busy, but they're not really coming out into bloom yet. This one's kind of got more buds on it than the others. And once it's like weeded and mulched, it'll look a lot nicer, I think. This is a Coral Sunset peony. That's the one that's having the blight really bad. But even this middle one, which is my, I think it's the Duchess de Nemours, it is starting to get blight. The only one that looks nice is this Sarah Bernhardt, but I've kind of got that, oosh, just kick this. I've kind of got them staked to kind of quarantine them off a bit, but yeah. Oh my gosh, this smells like hot chocolate. It is just so nice. This is a confetti abelia I'm gonna grow right here. I have it in its pot still. I just wanted some color right here to contrast before, you know, between where I have the peonies. Next year I'm gonna have like a lot of primrose around the peonies where the cosmos are. I also have belladonna lilies growing behind them, so I was thinking of like pulling up the peonies a bit to give it more room, but I think I'm just gonna leave it and hope that the belladonna lilies will have room. They didn't grow well this year, but you can see the bulb there. Next year, I'm really hoping that, you know, they produce growth so that way I can have a line of, along the fence here, a line of belladonna lilies. Maybe not this August, but the next August. And so to have a kind of a contrast between just the foliage of this stuff and right over here, I wanted some color. This probably won't bloom too long though. Maybe, I'm hoping it starts blooming soon, but it's similar to a Mardi Gras abelia in that a lot of the flowering I think was sacrificed to give it this kind of foliage. This right here is just 2 trellises. I'm gonna have an arbor right here going from here to here, and where I have a clematis and my star jasmine are gonna be climbing it. This clematis I have right here is called the Sweet Summer Love clematis, and then this is just star jasmine. I really wanted to have them twining together on an arbor. When the star jasmine stops blooming, the clematis would start blooming. So, and there would be some overlap too. This is my first pond. I have some water poppies and a blue sapphire tropical water lily. The contrast of between blue and yellow is something I really, really love. And I really love this pond. Right there, that planter has fairy lilies, miniature cattails and variegated four-leaf clover.
I have some stargazers here. Dwarf morning glory over here with some lantanas. Again, you kind of see that blue and yellow. You can tell I really love blue and yellow. And I love this right here. I had some Alaskan forget-me-nots that I just pulled up this morning because it was taking away from the prettiness of them. These are probably gonna, in full sun, I feel like all day sun out here in a south-facing garden. This dwarf morning glory, it'll like, these flowers will start dying by noon, by 12 or 1 o'clock, somewhere in there. It won't be long. You can already see a few just like starting to head wilted, but it's really beautiful because every morning, I mean, there's always a new batch of blue flowers. I'm in love with this so much. This is probably better suited for a container, but I do like it out here, especially because the lantanas will continue to kind of grow with them, and those will come into even better bloom. My center pond has my hardy water lilies. You might think I have another blue and yellow thing going on, but this is a Clyde Eikens hardy water lily, and it's got more of a peach to it, or an apricot. Some kind of like beetle in there right now. I'm actually not sure what that is. I'm afraid to smell it, but it does smell kind of like an orange crush kind of scent. It's very wonderful. This is a container with bluebells, and in the container is lemon bacopa with that. I'm actually kind of waiting for the lemon bacopa to start blooming, but this is a gorgeous pond right here. Yeah, but I want it to start producing flowers. And this riding spider right here, I believe his name is Daniel. These are several of the tall bearded iris I'm gonna have to divide that I'm putting around that tree there. I'm gonna have so many because they're already needing to be divided this first season, which is why they didn't bloom, I think. The sugar blues, 2 sugar blues and 2 summer Olympics. Any information about that too has been very frustrating. I'm not like an iris expert. In this main foundation, I still have my butterfly bush. It stormed really bad the other day, so a lot of the stuff is kind of laying down. It needs to be clipped a bit. But I have my Pugster pink butterfly bush, some angel face, blue angelonia, a lime green nicotiana that I've been having to spray a lot of BT on. And these are my salmon sunset 4 o'clocks that have been chewed up to death by Japanese beetles, and I've been trying to keep after that. Another Pugster butterfly bush, but this one is blue. And right there over here I have this is Pardon My Cerise bee balm. Hopefully will be blooming soon. And then interspersed between all of it, I have night scented stock, and at night it really just helps to kind of like amp up that already really sweet smell that I get from all of these. And this is an oriental lily that's already started blooming. I don't know why. Right here is my single form of my tuberose, and I just planted a Brugmansia. I've had this for years, this Brugmansia. I'm hoping this year to really control its bloom habit. I have up till now, but its blooming is what I'm really wanting to get. Like a very neat umbrella type of blooming from that. We'll have to see. Right in that corner is some Sensation honeysuckle from Proven Winners that I'm trying to train up. Next summer, I know it'll be all along. I want it to climb through these banisters, and I'm hoping that will be nice. In the corner back here, I have Sunny Anniversary Abelia. It's got a beautiful classic Abelia habit. As you can tell, I have a lot of Abelias, and I love Abelia. I've gotten several flowers. It's more of a light kind of yellow, but I've had to stake some of my Abelias. They don't have the sturdiest trunks when they're getting established, but this one, as it gets older, I'm just so excited for this because it's such a beautiful
habit that those classic abelias have, and the flowers are very gorgeous.
One of the best parts of my garden right now is this lotus pond. This right here is just it's a Cinderella swampweed. My lotus pond is starting to like bud out and give me flowers. This is the black red lotus, and it is incredibly beautiful, and it does look kind of like in person kind of dark. It's just a very dark red. There are parts of it, I guess, that can look maybe not black, but that are darker. In the shade it looked this morning a little bit darker. It smells really sweet too. I don't know if this one is a black red. I actually think this might be the Tower of Day and Night. I have to wait and see. I hope it is, because I have those two kinds in here. And that is a bog lily. But I am very happy with this lotus because, as you can see, it is very, very beautiful. I'm gonna make a video soon, maybe towards the evening, twilight, to showcase some of my night bloomers, because obviously they're not gonna be blooming right now. And then once I get everything weeded and mulched, I can make a summer video that's more pretty and, you know, it kind of showcases the full tableau. But until then, I still have a lot I have to do. If you have any questions or things you can tell me about stuff I'm growing, I'm still learning, then let me know. If you do have questions or want to know about certain things that you've seen here, some of it I've been growing for years and I know it very well, just let me know. And until next time.